Well, just as I said those very words, the card ran out, so it must have been fate, I suppose. Anyway, I'm now on foliage night scene. If it makes any difference, sing out. I mean, it's all what we've been using in the past. Even the young acacia there is very glaucous. Oh, young acacias there, very glaucous, starting to produce their first fire loads, which are not the true leaves, of course. But yeah, maybe I should be looking in the little wetter patches or something. I need to get organised, fellows, in my mind. I mean, I'm just gas bagging. I'm not really turning on the skills, you know. You're thinking, well, where's the pygmy going to actually be? Most likely, probably hanging on in the wettest spot, I suppose. Which wasn't there a little streamlet or something down here? So, you know, you got all this tea tree coming up. You give it another 3 or 4 seasons, and it'll be ripe for Robbie Burns. Yeah. And then just before we'll find a decent crop of something, and then I'll get burnt, and we'll go all back. It'll set us back 3 or 4 years, I suppose. But yeah, you never know what you're going to find in there. If you find something here, maybe it's worth taking a look in there. But hang on, what's that? What's that? Nothing. No. Can't see anything, fellas. Maybe it's like Minkara, they all grow back from seed. But then again, well, we definitely know they're down at Mount Compass, so you know, I'm definitely going to have to be going down there. And I'm down to about another 1, 2, 3, this is the 4th card, so I've got this, remains of this, and 1 more card, I think, have to go. And there's another tree stump or something. Another one of these. Well, it's definitely not charcoal. It's chilly. Oh, I reckon it's not. It's the temperature's gone up. I reckon it's about 10 or 11 degrees. But what's that? Is that just another? Is that another woody cry coming up? Or is it something else? Is it an early chocolate? It definitely looks like something. But hang on. Let's use the power of the camera. I'll look at it when I get home. How about that? Okay. There you go, Gideon. Let's use our brains. I can't see that close these days, I don't think. Yeah, I reckon, because there's some things out here, so I reckon it was just the one that's the base has been washed away or something. But I can't see any, fellas, you know. It'd be better just to go down the road and Mount Compass and go to places where we definitely know they were there and in the hundreds, and see what's happened, you know, and see if there are any bonatas hanging on. And well, at least we now know where to look for the buds of the bonatas, because we're got it pretty localised now where exactly they grow at that place, if they're still there, you know. We could find that there's a men at work sign, they've dug up the whole place or something. But no, I think that's it, fellas. I can't see anything, so I'm probably going to call it that they probably grow back from, just like the Minkara ones, they grow back from the seed. Well, I don't know if that bodes well for form, but it certainly bodes well for speciation. Because to generate the seed, you've got to have either self-pollination or cross-pollination. You know? And if they have to do that every single year in hundreds and hundreds of thousands, you know, you could get... Yeah, I think I'm going to call it. They're probably seed grown, just like Minkara, I would think. Yep. Oh well. Okay, I know you're probably dying. Well, you know, that was burnt off in there, which we want to see what it's like now. But look at the size of some of these leaves. Oh, look at the size of that. I mean, it would be nice if I could keep it like that. Well, I suppose I could. You could put it in some of that. I'd send that as a souvenir to Gideon, but I know that they dry off and they go that sort of brown, they go this sort of this sort of colour. But if you could keep it that colour in some, you know, acrylic resin or something, it would be worth sending it as a present to Gideon or something. But I've seen longer leaves near my place. I might have to show you those. Oh yeah, we got some Wittiquai coming up in there. Another one over there. So, well, if they do grow, if the pygmies do grow from seed, well, I suppose we can take another look in here later on. But there's nothing that is very quick, you know, very obvious very quickly. So, I mean, if we could have a pygmy with the same sort of coloration as that, oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Anyway, we'll keep an eye on the place. I don't think I even took Stefano down here. I don't think we had the time, you know. Only had the 3 I couldn't do the 5 days. As I said, you know, I was spending another 9 bloody hours driving around. I basically spent a whole another day driving. That was driving, picking him up and dropping him off was another whole day. So I really actually did 4 days basically. Even though I was driving around for 3 days, I was actually doing the drive, 1 whole day's worth of driving, picking him up and dropping him off. So that's why I was so buggered. I just couldn't do more than 3 days. I mean, I'm nearly 50. I was 48 last year. I'm 49 this season. I don't know how many more seasons I've got in me. I mean, I think our pernicious man of the West is 66. So, you know, if I lived to his age, I've got, you know, 17 more years. If I lived to his age, and they say what, 10, so that's why I'm probably pushing ahead now. I'm probably going to just sit down and write the thesis. You know, once if the experiments work out the way I think they might work out, I think I'll just write the thesis, give Stuart McPherson a tinkle on the phone and say, you know, oi, as you do, and say, you know, do you want to do the same sort of thing that Tim Bailey did, you know, but with my thesis sort of thing, you know. I don't know, or do you want like a cut down version of it, just because I've got a hell of a lot to say, and I've been thinking about different ways of chapters and how to start each chapter, and you know, the things you do when you sit down to write a monograph, I think you would call it. I mean, I wouldn't call it a magnum opus because that's the scientist's joke, you know. I just don't think our pernicious man of the West really understood that's what scientists talk to one another as a bit of a joke over coffee and things like that. They say, have you finished your magnum opus? And something. Yeah. I mean, is that like a back way of having a double endivus or something? I don't know, but if you want to be taken seriously as a scientist, you do not call a work a magnum opus. But that's how I think I should put it, you know, because scientists is just going to fall over laughing their heads off, because that's the scientist's joke. You know, you're making a joke out of yourself with the scientist's joke. It's sort of, what, you think he thinks he can get away with that and not? I don't know, but wouldn't it be nice? Now, I would say Ah, yes, maybe this is the way. I would say that's about 4 inches. So maybe that's what I need to do, is get one of these plants, take a leaf, you know, show that I'm cutting off this leaf off a plant like that next to my hand, and put that leaf next to your 4-inch trap, and people will say, oh well, you know, there you go, he's got a natural scale. Yeah, you know the maximum size of those things, you just can't grow them any bigger than that sort of size. And if I put one of those leaves next to the flytrap trap, you'll say, well, that leaf can't grow any bigger than 4 inches. Now if they're equal in size, well, he's definitely got a 4-inch trap. You know, maybe that's what I need to do. Anyway, this clip's getting awfully long, but look at that. Now if that sunlight was orange sunlight, you'd have the experience of the back of Mount back of the Yonk in the third week of August sort of thing. So imagine that sunlight on that tree being orange sunlight with that sort of darkish sky, and you'll get what I'm going to try and capture later on this season, even if I have to go out on a number of days to get it. I think I've been talking about it for so long now, quite a few years, that I think I'm going to have to prove it to you. And so you'll say, oh yes, there, I understand what he's talking about. Oh, that really is fantastic. Really different, you know. Something similar, something different. Anyway, over and out for now. We'll go down to Mount Compass. I'll just shoot down there. We'll go to our 2 little locations down there and see what we see. Yeah, hopefully some Jemmy. Okay, over and out.